I'm sure you've seen this one. This trail is all over YouTube and the internet. Let's just keep it short. Let's just get right into the riding. I rode Slaughter Pen today and I felt really good. I didn't ride really hard. I took it pretty easy. I rode a lot of green trails, some blue trails, but what I'm really stoked about is this concept of just getting right on the trails from town. And we'll start the video off there. Lots of little fun features, just stuff for everybody. Like, you can try this stuff, low consequence. And then I got it all the way down to the jump line at the end, which is like the best kind of jump line to learn on. All tabletops, gradual step up type jumps, nice flow line. It was a blast. I rode it a bunch of times to work on my technique, especially on full suspension bikes. I think after dealing with cease and desist yesterday, I think where my weakness is my lack of understanding this preload concept and how to actually do it and time everything right on these bigger jumps on my full suspension bike. I can do all the little poppy stuff, but I do things really quick, kind of what I'm used to doing on a BMX bike. Very different on a full suspension bike with longer takeoffs and longer jumps. It's something I need to work on and play, and I got to do that today. Not on jumps as big, but they were like the in-between size. They were pretty big, and so that's that progression I like, that ability to just slowly progress, pick up my speed a little more, and do it. Anyway, I'm babbling. Let's get into it, and near the tail end of this will be that jump line. I'll link that timer in that time in the description if you want to just jump right to that and watch that, and you want to skip over all the checking out all the Slaughter Pen trails that I did today. Tomorrow I'm going back because there's more things that I gotta do that I didn't do today, mainly those 3 big drops, more jumps, things like that over there. Pretty stoked. Slaughter Pen is the bomb. Let's get into it. So this is new to me. Never ridden this before. And it's right in town. Oh, and a berm. Sends us right into trails. So cool. Like, already catching air, and I'm on the outskirts of downtown Bentonville. Cool. Gotta watch for pedestrians and cyclists here. Keep it going. Wow. This is so cool. Like, what in the world? Skinny to ride. Fun. I am not the greatest rider of skinnies. I'd say if I was going to expose the 2 weakest parts of my skill sets, it'd be riding skinnies and jumping really big, fast, long jumps, which I just mentioned in my previous video. Pretty good at jumping all the normal size stuff. You get to that big stuff, It's another one. Just all over the place. I'm still in town. This one's a little skinnier. The key to skinnies that I've learned is to not look down at your front wheel. Look out ahead. Good 15, 20 feet. Wow. The fun just keeps on going. Look at this thing. And what's crazy about this is I think I'm still in the city. The greenway is just to my right. This might be a drop, I don't know. I think it's got a rollout option. Oh. Now, if only every town had something like this in it. This is pretty cool, man. Wow. More. I was gonna turn off the video, but I'm not even getting a break to be able to do that. This is all like beginner level, intermediate level, low consequence stuff, which is cool. A little lip there. Well, I did say this was going to be a longer video. Sat on the tire. So, as much as I talked about my lack of high-speed jumping in the last video, these two are about right where my limit is. That one and this one. Pretty big flow. I don't know if I can carry it with speed. Ah. So this is called All American. It just keeps going. It's a green trail. Not really going the right speed for these, but whatever. Alright, I'll hit this with a little more speed this time. That second big jump is the kind of jumps I always struggle with, the big floater style. This kind. And this kind. Nope. Man, you gotta be going really fast. Plus, I'm due for lunch, which is why I'm glad I brought my lock, because I think I'm going to ride this, go back into town, eat some lunch. Somehow people don't know that climbers have right of way over people descending, but whatever. It's just one of those bike etiquette things people don't know, I guess. So my plan here is to take the green trail because it looks like it weaves around and goes back into downtown Bentonville, and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go get lunch and then come back here. And it looks like I'm watching a kid over to my left ride some cool skinnies and stuff, so it looks like I'll find some things to play on after lunch.
Thank you.
Have a good ride.
Thank you.
Look at all these people. This is what makes it cool. Hey.
Kind of take off on our own sometimes.
Super cool to have families out here riding on the trails. I don't know. That is just awesome. The more you watch my channel, is that it's not always about the gnar. Sometimes it's just about the exploration and the adventure. I'm actually really excited to get out on my new all-road bike and go do more adventuring type stuff, because it's a lot of fun. Like going through this tunnel, different colored lights, a stream going next to me, like just pretty cool. It's not always just about the jumps and the drops and the gnar. Now we're just adventuring around, and this is super cool. Still going. This is just fun. Like, oh gosh, come on, stay on. Yes. Like, it's just fun. Where I turned off the first time before lunch. Now I'm gonna go beyond this trail entrance because there's a lot more trails down this way. All American trail that's continuing. Oh, it's got some jumps. I should probably get my speed up. Pretty easy feature. It's got a little bit of climbing effort getting into it. What does that do? Oh, that actually looks fun. Neat. Sweet.
I know that's what PTD's doing. What's up, Chad?
Oh, hey, how you doing? So there you have it. Another day in Bentonville. And yes, that is Aaron Rogers, president and owner of Rock Solid, that does all the building down there in Bentonville. And they're doing the Sagamore stuff up by my property. Aaron is from Copper Harbor. We know each other. We've both been trail builders for a very long time. So it's kind of cool that he called me out by name there, and I was like, oh, who's that? And I didn't even recognize him until he called my name. That's pretty funny. So I had a blast today. I think what I'm most excited about is the fact that I was nailing these jumps that I just did here at the end of the video. And I felt really good. Like I actually did a few runs before this one, where I was pushing down and figuring out the preload. So the first couple times I actually did have one where I kind of kicked the back wheel up like I talked about. I was like, man, I just got to figure out the preload. So two things I've learned: really push down and preload the suspension. Not a normal like compression, and I'm doing all this stuff when you can't even see what I'm doing. You know, not a normal just compression like pump, but really pushing down and getting both shocks to compress right as you get into the base of the jump. And you keep that pressure, and then you explode off the lips. You got to kind of hold that and then explode off the lip. And it's when you get it right, it is so cool, because on a full suspension bike, the suspension can actually help you and pop you in the air. And so I'm really stoked to get this line dialed. And then I want to go back to cease and desist, hopefully before the end of the week if I can, or back to the rail yard and hit some of those bigger jumps if it's not so windy. One or the other. I'm hoping to do that before the end of the week. I really appreciate your support for my channel. I'm having a great time down here. I'm putting out a video pretty much every day. Maybe it's a little overkill, who knows. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Peace.